Hello Libra, and welcome to your messages for June 2019. Doing it a little bit differently today. We're going to be taking one or two from the energy cards for your overall energy for the month. Then we're going to get some detail from the Gilded Tarot and end up with some angel cards. So let's start with these channeled messages, by the way, from the angels, the universe, the higher beings of light, and they're coming through for Libra, please, for June. What's going on? Oh, that's a jumper. Okay, very, very Libran energy, actually, the thinking man. This is an energy where you're getting into your lateral thinking. You're really thinking things through. Do you see the way he's examining that in his hand? He's not just looking at it. He's really going into, what does it mean? What is the meaning of life? What's it all about? Now, this is going to be the overall energy for the month for you. So you're in a very deep space of thinking things through. What's right for me now? What's right for my future? Where do I see myself going? How can I take steps towards that? You're really thinking things through on multiple levels. And this is to do with your personal, private life, relationships, romance, home, finances, career, in whatever way fits for you. Okay, this is for all Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising, and this is the overall energy for the month. So let's see what the detail is. I'll bring the camera down once all the cards are out so you can see them all together, but we're going to go through them one at a time. Now, what are you thinking about? Let's get more information and more details. So what are my Librans contemplating, please? Another thinking card. There's no doubt about it. You're definitely in the zone of thinking things through at the moment. So the Hermit is an energy about going within to really feel it. What do I feel? What do I want? What's working? What's not working? What's in the way? What are my blocks? You're really giving life a good wash and scrub. Your eyes, they're just showing me. When we go into the bathroom with me, into the teeth, and we're having a shower, and you're really examining everything. You're pulling everything apart, almost like a Meccano set. If you had those when you were kids, they were like little metal sets that you put together to make all sorts of different structural things. Okay, you are looking at the structure of your life. You're dismantling it mentally, having a good look at it to say, does that work for me? Can I do it better? Do I still want to do it at all? Do I want to make changes? You're doing a lot of thinking this month, guys. What's going on? So let's see what else they want to say. What's brought this on? Tell me what's brought this on, all this thinking, all this contemplating. What's going on for my Librans, please? Okay. The Knight of Wands, you're wanting to take action. So for some of you, you haven't been best happy in your job lately. For some of you, you've not been happy in terms of your enthusiasm for life, because anything to do with wands is fire, passion, enthusiasm, motivation, just enjoying, being in the joy. Now, when the Knight comes in, he's come in to help you to take action, to bring that back. Now, this can be, for many of you, deciding this is the time to start looking for a different job, looking for a better career, a better outcome, looking for promotion, looking for a demotion. Now, why would I say that? Some of you may have found that you've been promoted and you hate every minute of it, and you miss being part of the team, because being a manager looks very, very glamorous and exciting, but it can be a lonely place, because you're often on your own managing people, and they can no longer be your friend because you're their boss. Some of you, and it's only applying to a handful, but they're saying contemplate going back down to being one of the team and stuff the prestige of management and focus on what makes you happy. For others, it's the other way around. You're wanting to get out of where you are, and this is saying take some action on it. So look at the resume, the CV, talk to old contacts, talk to people from the past, see what's around, take some action to move things forward. What else are we contemplating, please, for my Librans? That jumped out of the bottom. Okay, some of you, this contemplating, thinking, pondering has come out of some arguments, discourse, challenges, conflict, arguments around you. And this, again, is a one, this can be in the workplace that you're really struggling with some of the people you work with. or work for. This can also be internal conflict when you are really trying to figure out what's not working and you're arguing with yourself. Particularly if part of you will say, well, just get another job. And the other part says, yeah, but we've been here for years and we're nice and secure. And what happens if the new job doesn't work? And you're going into that tailspin, head spin. So be careful with that. It's good sometimes to have that bit of inner conflict, because what it's doing is giving you the pros and the cons, the pluses and the minuses, looking at all the risks, looking at all the benefits, and you don't go round and round in circles forever, but examine it all and then put it down. Put it down and let it go. Right, what else? What else do you want to tell my Librans? What are we thinking about? What else are we thinking about? What else are we pondering? Okay, bottom of the deck, I've got the World card. And underneath that, I've got the Ace. Now, I'm going to read these together, because both of them mean new beginnings. Both of them say, I'm ready for a fresh start. Now, the Ace of Swords is a new beginning in terms of the way we think, our attitudes, our behaviours, cutting through with that sword, any illusion, any doubts, going for it, jumping in, almost the Fool energy of jumping in a trusting way. Now, the World card is the Ace there times 10, times 100 probably, because the world is a brand new beginning, a whole new cycle, not just something that's going to be short term, but something that's going to last years. It's a big, massive shift into a new space. So this is why you're doing all of this thinking. With the World card coming in, it's saying to you, you're at the end of a cycle, bigger than the Wheel of Fortune, which is a small cycle, a karmic cycle. Finish that one now. Cycles can be 7 years, 7 months. They can be a few weeks. A cycle is going into something and coming out of it. For example, with jobs, generally people are in jobs for about 2 years before they're ready to move on. That's a cycle. But the world would be, I'm moving into a company that I'm going to stay probably for the rest of my working life. Or, it's something massive. Massive, okay? So this is why you're doing all this contemplating, all this thinking, and there are decisions to be made. So you're needing to do this contemplating to make these decisions. And one of the reasons you're making it is because many of you have been struggling with being overloaded and overburdened, and you've lost the balance and you've lost the joy. And you're saying to yourself, this can't go on. And the only person who can change it is me. This cannot go on. I'm not prepared to let it go on. Some of you, they're just saying 16-hour days. 16-hour days. Come on, mate. That's too much. That's too much. Look for another job where you haven't got to work that hard as that, because that's ridiculous. But others, this is the burden that's being put on you from family or from other people or from yourself. Okay, and we need to put that burden down. It's a 10. We're wanting to put it down. That's part of what you're thinking about and thinking through, and why you're wanting to make these changes, and they're going to be big changes that you're making. What else do you want me to tell Librans about all of this thinking, please? Queen of Pentacles, lovely. Strong, powerful, assertive, financially secure and financially shrewd. This is a good businesswoman. This is somebody who's got their head screwed on in terms of how to manage business and finance and money to make sure they're secure and they're stable and they've got a good foundation. This woman, this Queen of Pentacles, she doesn't take unnecessary risks. She's thought everything through very, very carefully. She's risk assessed. She's done her due diligence. She's worked everything out and everything through before she makes those decisions. And that's what you're doing. You'll see all of these cards when I bring the camera down. You can see the story that they're telling about this month for you, Librans, is massively moving you into a new beginning that you are creating. Now, the Two of Wands, we're still with work and new directions here. This is all about going in a different direction, going off on a different tangent, on a different path. So for some of you, it's saying, the advice here is saying, Don't just go for the same job you've done before in a different company. Go with a different perspective, go in a different direction. You don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater, but you could do it differently. All right, they're asking you to change it up, because if you don't, you're going to stay with this. All right, you're being asked to change it up, go in a different direction, do it in a different way, and then you get a different outcome. Okay, I've got the Page of Wands coming in. This is so much wands in here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now out of 8. Career, work, enjoyment, enthusiasm, motivation. There is a big shift for you this month, Librans, in work, and you're really thinking things through. But the Page comes in with an offer, an opportunity, information, very often a job offer, but it can also be the beginnings of the job offer. You may be suddenly drawn to look at, because it's communication, you suddenly see an email or an advert, or you talk to somebody that knows about a job and the information comes through, and then you can take action on it. We want one more. And we've got the 7 of Cups. And this is showing you you've got more than one option, more than one choice, more than one decision to make. So let's bring the camera down so that you can see them all now. And it starts to make much more sense when you start reading them across like this. So the whole energy for the month is this thinking man, thinking everything through, starting off with using the Hermit energy, which is going within, again thinking through, where is my burden, where is it out of balance, where am I struggling, and then I can work out what changes I need to make. And the changes come in with the Knight. Knight is always about change, taking action, making things happen. So you can, after you've done that thinking, which is really early on in the month, you're then taking some action to bring in a much more stable and secure and financially secure business proposal for yourself. Where am I going? What do I want? Not just in terms of self-employment, but your job is your business. And how are you making that more stable for yourself? You're looking at any internal conflict and external conflict around you, because you may find that there is, perhaps your partner doesn't want you to leave your job. Perhaps your partner is resistant to you leaving, even though you're overloaded and overburdened. The conflict could be around you saying, yes, but it's a secure job and it's good money, you just stay where you are. You need to contemplate that as well, think that through, and then you decide on your path. But this strongly suggests going in a different direction from what you've been. All right, this is only advice. You make the decisions, but this is the advice from the universe, because then they're wanting you to move forward. This is an offer, an opportunity coming in, which is going to open up your world, take you in a new direction, which is bigger, brighter, more expansive, a whole new, brand new beginning. Confirmed there by the Ace of Swords. Definitely a new beginning coming in, the start of a new cycle coming on the back of the world, which is this new beginning. And that's going to open up more doors and more opportunities for you in the shorter term and the longer term. So it's really using the energy to think through and contemplate every area of what you want to change, and then allowing that change to happen. There's a big shift forward for you here. Let's see what the angels want to add. Can you give me some information for my Librans? What do you want to add, please? Okay, so we have health and we have growing. Okay, looking at those there really, really clearly, let's bring them up. The health card. Many of you are wanting to make that change because your current circumstances are affecting your health and well-being, and they will do when you've got that. All right, you keep carrying that around, sooner or later you're going to get a bad back, you're going to get a bad everything. It's too much of a struggle. So you are really looking at your health and well-being, on how you can change it, how you can't necessarily change. The health is just a reflection of what's going on inside. So this is why you want to use that thinking man. You're really thinking things through. You're thinking, how is my job, my relationship, my home, my environment affecting my health and well-being? Physical health, mental health, emotional health. Because if we change the outside environment to make it easier, our health will benefit and recover, because our body is a healing machine, and it will soon recover when it's in a good environment that is supportive and where we want to be. So the emphasis is that you're starting this change of moving things forward is based on you want better health and vitality. And secondly, that you want to grow. Right, we are everything that is alive on this planet, from a blade of grass to a plant to an animal to us. We are always evolving, we're always growing, and sometimes we can outgrow the space that we're in. Just like a plant that isn't thriving, when we repot it, we move it to a better place, a bit more light or a bit more nourishment, a bit more water, we move it to a bigger space, it flourishes and it grows more. So we do often outgrow jobs, we outgrow places and people and relationships, and it's time for us to move on into something that is bigger, so that we can grow more, because we were no longer growing. And that is driven from the soul. It's driven from our inner being to say, I'm just not growing here anymore. It's just not doing it for me. I need to move on. And as I do that, I can start to flourish again. And this is what all the energy is about for you this month, guys. That's why you're thinking and contemplating, where am I growing? Where am I stuck? Where am I stale? Where is it affecting my health and well-being? How can I make the changes? And then you are taking action on all of those. It's a very powerful, very positive reading, and very much in your hands. You're the one that's driving it from what you're contemplating and thinking and deciding. You're moving it forward in a way that is going to better suit you for this new energy and era that you're going in with the World card there. So fabulous. I hope this is a wonderful month for you, Libra. If you enjoyed this reading, please do like, share and subscribe. Subscribe into my channel. You'd be very welcome to join our community. And I look forward to seeing you next month in July, and also on the weeklies and the weekend readings, because they give you more information throughout the month until the next major month's reading in July. All right, Libra, you take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.